Hello everyone and welcome to Unicorn Light Tarot. Sincerely hope everybody is doing amazingly well today. Welcome one and all, whether you are clicking onto this video, this reading for the very first time, or whether you are returning or a brand new subscriber. Welcome one and all. Thank you for being here. So today we are doing a recommendation. One of you guys suggested, and it's really recent in the last couple of days, so I'm so sorry that I can't remember your name, but it was an inspired idea, so I thought I would do it. So we are doing a surprise reading. Who wants to give you a message? What do you need to know right now? So it could be anyone. Galactic family, ancestors, friends, elementals, dolphins, who knows? We will get into this reading and find out who wants to give you a message. So we're leaving it completely open, but obviously only beautiful messages that are going to resonate with you, what you need to know in this moment of hope and manifestation and beauty. So we have our magic candle here overseeing this beautiful reading, and we're going to go ahead and do the pile. So I've laid out pile 1, 2, and 3 with 222 for pile 1, 333 for pile 2, and 444 for pile 3. And then we will bring in the oracle cards and the tarot a little bit later. So however it is that you click into your intuition, the more aligned you are with your own energy, the more these messages are going to resonate with you. So however you choose your piles with your numbers is completely up to you. If you need to go off and do your own personal sort of training, whatever it is you do to come back to you, go ahead and do that. Feel free to pause the video. The timestamps will be down below for whenever you come back. All right, let's get right into these readings. So I'm going to leave 222 up here because that is pile 1. Let's move these aside for now. So if you chose the number 222, then these are your messages. This is your surprise reading. We have no idea who's going to pop up and give you a message. We have no idea what the message is. Let's find out. So I have several different oracle decks in here, and as you can see, they're sort of overloaded. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do this, and then I'm going to close my eyes so I'm not involved in this. My ego's not involved in this. None of this is, I can't see any of these. I'm going to pull 3 or 4. I'm just going to see where we are. And even if the cards are off camera right now because I can't see because my eyes are closed, I hope I am not about to set fire to anything. That would be interesting. That would be quite a reading. Okay, so these are the beginnings of your messages. So let's see what we have for you here. So your first card is a man holding a heart, number 45 here, beautiful. 45, I always think of a record going round and round. And then you have reach out. I reach out my hand and my heart to connect and to unite to all humanity. Beautiful. And then you have the Earth Fairy, Physical Health Grounding Foundations, 27. Love that. Let's move these back so we can really get these cards in focus here. And then you have the World, 29. So the first thing that I have for you, and I kind of got a hint at this with the 222, is that the first message that's coming through, and there might be other messages, but it's from your significant others. So this is mainly a reading for those who have not met their counterpart yet. It's somebody that's coming in for you, and I'm not going to get into the soulmate versus the twin flame thing. For those of you who have been with me for a while, the twin flame thing can drive me a little bit nuts sometimes. People get really hung up on that. It's really not necessary, but whoever's coming in is a worthy counterpart, and there is a certain amount of connection. Now, you don't have to be in a twin flame relationship in order to have any kind of connection with this person coming in, a psychic connection. This person would have been in and around you before, so you would have had past lives before. And when they come into your life, you will know their energy. It will feel completely different to anything else that you've ever felt. Not to sound like a movie, but that's it. So this energy is reaching out to let you know that they're close and that they're here. And I don't normally really do love readings on this channel, but this is pretty clear. This is pretty clear. So this is an energy that you've been connecting with. This is also an energy that you've been, the word keeps saying erupting. So there's passion in and around this energy, but this is energy that you've been working with yourself to be open to and to be receptive to. Now, at the same time, we want to give you some, practical grounded advice. And while you might be connected to this energy, it's absolutely wonderful. The quickest way to bring this person is to focus on yourself, focus on self-love, focus on, obviously being in the actual moment that you're in and having everything sort of open to you, not like looking over your shoulder, when are they coming in, when are they coming in. But for some of you, the portal is open for this person coming in. Now, they may be sort of reaching out through dreams or even during the day, but a lot of sort of this energy of coming in and around them, you're getting a clearer picture at least of their energy or their sort of baseline pattern of their makeup, their emotional makeup. So when you meet them, they're going to be very familiar. And again, this person is going to be ready for who it is that you are. You're not going to have to dumb yourself down or anything like that. So this is a beautiful reading. So this person is close. Usually, even if you've had dreams about this kind of connection before, and you could have had dreams about this connection periodically throughout your life, before you meet them, they tend to get a little bit more intense. So it can be difficult sometimes to put it out of your mind because it becomes quite intense. And then at the same time, you're like, yeah, I need to focus on myself. But focusing on that energy and really pulling that energy back is going to bring them in quicker. So if there is this sort of polarity of energy where they're coming in and you really want to pull back to yourself, do whatever you can to ground back into your energy. It's really going to be worthwhile because I've been in this situation too. It can drive you a little bit crazy when you're getting all of these signs and you're like, when? Divine timing. All of this is divine timing. And the sooner you let it go, the sooner it comes in. So nourish the sacred feminine, come back to you. And you are living poetry. So again, the way in which you can bring this person in is honoring yourself and honoring your narrative, honoring who you are and how far you've come. And what that does is that really solidifies your energy and make sure that you understand what you deserve. Now, in the past, you've been this incredible soul that had put up with a lot one way or another, and you've seen the best in people, which is a gorgeous thing to do, but you've given them sort of a wide berth, the benefit of the doubt. Not everybody's been able to sort of move through that and match the generosity and spirit that you've given them. So this is not going to happen. This person is, a worthy counterpart, but it's really good. It's almost like training, what something's coming in, it's going to change your life. It's going to shift. You're going to train for it. You're not going to go out in a marathon and run around the block a couple of times and go, yeah, let's do the Boston Marathon. You're going to move on up to it, right? This is a shift. This is a change. So taking in that energy and really owning your narrative and putting your energy into you solidifies your container of beautiness, your being gorgeous, right? And when you understand your self-worth and you stay in that beautiful understanding of self-worth, then you lock yourself into that, so it becomes a firm foundation that's going to bring them in quicker. And also concentrating on yourself, ironically, brings other people in quicker, right? So all of that energy that you might be putting out there, wondering this, that, and the other, pull that energy back and use it for who you are. But again, honoring your path, honoring who you are. Everything you've been through, every experience you've been through has brought you to this moment. And you're in this divine timing element. So you're sort of playing with this divine timing of when it's going to happen, when it's not, and playing a game with it. But the best way to play the game is not to play the game at all, to know it's a game and to back off from it completely. And then it all comes to fruition, right? So regardless of gender, just being the sacred feminine, again, in that receptivity energy, there's nothing you need to do to bring this person in. You've done everything, concentrating on yourself. It's just going to bring them in, concentrating on you as a container of love. It sounds a little bit corny, but that's just the way it is, right? Concentrating on that and seeing yourself as the receptive energy, as the magnet, pulling in everything that you want. The more solidified in your own body and your own being and being happy exactly where you are, the quicker they're going to come in too, because that energy is going to come in. So no neediness there. Not that you are, but still. So grounding into everything, and also be receptive about what you want in the world too. There's a lot of changes coming in and around you. It's not just this person coming in. There's shifts in what you do for a living. There's shifts in where you live. There's shifts in, there's new opportunities coming in and around you. So check in with your divine feminine too. The more receptive you are and the more clicked into your intuition, the quicker you can move into the line and in to the significant lineup of having everything come together. So you might meet this person after you move or after you take this new job opportunity or something like that. That's not the reason to take the job. But again, if you are very much clicked into your own intuition, you really can't go wrong here. It's going to take you on a little bit of a journey, right? And sometimes they just come to you. Absolutely. Sometimes they just come to you. So it depends. Yeah, retreat, coming back to you and shine your light. So this is all about you coming back to yourself. This is all about you concentrating your light upon yourself, but also really solidifying again your narrative, everything that you've been through. And in that you can celebrate yourself. As you celebrate yourself, there's a certain amount of there's this gorgeous light that comes in and around that energy, and it shoots out. It shoots out and it makes you more magnetic. And again, you're just in the center of this energy with this magnetic energy coming in. And again, this is all about opportunities. There's different kinds of opportunities coming in. There's so many shifts for you right now. Everything coming to fruition for you. It's not just this person coming in. But for some reason, that is this person reaching out for you. Now, there is another message for some of you. If you're already with the significant other, it goes without saying that this energy is able to level up. This energy is able to go to the next level, a level of intimacy, a level of whatever it is for you. Each one of you and each one of your relationships will look different. But there's a way of leveling up this relationship and really clicking into it. So you're bonded. For some of you, it could be marriage or a form of it. For some of you, it's having a child. For whatever it looks like for you. So if you're already with somebody, this is something for you to take into account. And that's kind of a beautiful thing. So it's just moving your relationship one step further, but it's solidifying the relationship in a way that you've never been before. Again, sort of holding that container as a sacred container, and you're really able to sort of relax and become much more of who you are. So it's not a small thing, leveling up. So if you're already with somebody, the option to do that too. There's a third option for some of you, because obviously this is a general reading, that if you're not interested in a significant other or this, that, and the other, or you're already there, that there's a job opportunity or contract opportunity coming in for you sooner rather than later. And it's all about something that's already out there, but you are waiting for that magnetic beauty to come back in. So it's either, a promotion, but it's something that you've wanted. So a book contract or whatever it is that you put out there and you've been waiting for. And it's something that would have been on the tracks for a while, but this is something that can be fast tracked now. It's nothing that you really need to do except for, again, coming back to your own energy, aligning with your own energy, staying true to your own energy. So you're in the receptive mode and being that magnet and bringing it in. There's nothing practically that you need to do. Although listen to your intuition. If it tells you to reach out to this person or that person, because it's all about connections, then do that. So something that you've been looking to come to fruition, to sort of finish up a project, you've already done it. So it's stepping up into putting it out into the world or taking it one step further. Again, in the business world, getting the job that you wanted or whatever it is. It's something that's the ideal for you. It's out there now, and it's about divine timing. So stay true to you. This is all coming for you if you want it. You know, you can walk away from anything that you want. It's totally up to you. So let's get you a little bit more information. So there's different versions of events here of how this can come in. But the main message for this is stay true to you. So for those of you who were at the beginning of the reading where the message is for you from your significant other, the other message, which is really funny, for the other two about leveling up in your relationship or the opportunities coming in, but something being served to you. And it keeps saying served to you on a platter, but you've done the work. You've done the hard work. It's just about being magnetic. The message is from your higher self to you, just to be clear. So let's see what we've got. Yeah, we've got the Six of Cups coming back into memories of the old. You've got the Seven of Wands, you've got the King of Discs or the King of Pentacles, and you've got the World, which is funny because you've got the World here, you've got the World reversed. So it's all about keeping your energy high, and don't you dare doubt yourself at the last lap. It's like, you know, you've been running around. Don't lose faith right at the end. It's absolutely coming in. Keep shining your light. Keep your light on, keep your energy contained. So don't keep looking to the exterior to see, you know, is my light working? Is this coming in? And if you don't see anything, go, oh my goodness, and let that affect you. Absolutely not. Keep the light on. There is a reminder here from your higher self that there are so many things that are going on in the backstage right now. You're on stage right now. There are so many forces working in and around you to bring you what you want. Just because you can't tangibly see it doesn't mean that it's not happening off stage. Everything could be happening off stage, and once you open that curtain, it's right there. Ta-da! Right? So if you're looking for clues to see if it's going to come in the external, for some of you, it won't be working like that because it's coming in huge. So it's not going to be trickling in. So it's all about keeping your energy bright, keeping in that present moment, keeping that container of beauty going on, not the doubt. You're guaranteed. Take aligned action for sure, but keep that magnetic mode, but keep your energy there and stop looking for the external to validate anything that's going on. It is coming in, but it's just not going to look the way that you think it is, right? But if you need to step up and ask for help from the universe and say, I do need a sign, I'm going a little bit nuts. Communicate between you and the universe, between you and your higher self. Stay that way, but don't you dare doubt yourself. And don't you dare look back on, if you do look back on your past, look back on how you have come, how far you have come, and how you are owed what it is that you're owed. You are absolutely in line for it. Whatever you desire, you can absolutely magnetically bring into your life without a shadow of a doubt. So if you are looking to your past, make sure you're looking to connect all the dots, that there's everything there that you know that you can make this work for yourself. Don't be looking back in your past to try and look back and see why it's not going to work out, because sometimes when you get into that loop of self-doubt, you know, your ego steps in, your practical mind steps in and says, these are the reasons why it shouldn't work out, or all this effort's going to nothing. We're not seeing any results. That's not how it works. Click in. Nope, that's not what I'm doing. I'm not going to do this anymore. I know that if I stay in this light, it's all coming in. And the other thing that we want to remind you is that it not only will it look different when it comes in, but the way in which it's going to be delivered, or the way in which this person comes in, or the way in which this opportunity comes in, or the way in which what it is that you're seeking is delivered to you, could come in magical ways that you could never have thought of in a million years. You know, as we say, if you're looking for, we're just giving you an example, if you're looking for a house but you can't afford one, you know, it's really easy for the practical mind to say, well, you know, I got to get a down payment, then I got to make sure I can make the mortgage payment. There's nothing wrong with that mentality. It's a very practical way of seeing it, but there's a magical way too. There's a million different ways, believe it or not, that you can get that house. There's a million different ways that it can come into your existence in ways that you could never have realized, right? It doesn't just have to be one way. Let's make sure we have the money to do this, to do that. It can come in many, many different ways. So the more aligned you are with yourself, the more you stay in this energy of brightness and love, the more receptive you are to all the million different ways it can come in. And expect to have a conversation where you are relaying to somebody how this all came about, and the other person goes, no fucking way. There's no way that happened. That doesn't happen to anybody. How did that happen to you? That doesn't make any sense. That's a conversation that you can have about your life. It doesn't make any sense. And you don't even know how it happened. But it did happen. It's solidified and you've got it. And that's it. Stay together. Stay in your own energy. Stay bright. You've absolutely got this, no matter which one you are. Or maybe a mixture of all of them. Some of you may be coming into all three of them, right? It really doesn't matter. It's all on the board for you. You've been working really hard to get to this point. This is all about divine timing. So stay open, stay receptive, but concentrate on your own light and it will come in so much quicker. So beautiful, bright energy for you, Pile 1. We are sending you so much love and light. No matter where you are and who you are in the world, go be you. Go shine that gorgeous light of yours. And of course, if you're interested in hearing more of these beautiful readings and you're resonating, do feel free to go ahead and hit that like button and subscribe if you feel like you want to be part of the Unicorn Light Tarot beautiful, I want to say tribe, but that's not the right word, group, energy, whatever you want to call it. Regardless, thank you for being with us today. Until we meet again, take care. Bye-bye. Hey lovelies, Pile 2, welcome to your surprise reading. Let's pull everything in for you. So again, this is your surprise reading. Who wants to give you a message and what do you need to know right now? So if you chose 333 for Pile 2, I know that's a little bit confusing, but then this is your message. I'm going to pull these back just a little bit so we have enough room. So we have several different oracle cards here. So what I'm going to do is what I did for Pile 1. I'm going to go ahead and shuffle them just for you. And then I'm going to lay them out and close my eyes. And very awkwardly, probably, because I won't be able to see, I'm going to choose some cards for you. So I cannot see the cards. I might be laying them off screen for now, but that's just for a moment. I don't want to be influenced whatsoever by which oracle deck I am choosing for you. This one. These two are feeling good. All right, so I chose 4 for Pile 1, but you have 5. So let's put that back. All right, so the first one is Dear, Gentleness and Diplomacy, and you've got number 22 there. And then you have 42, Woman Holding a Coin, beautiful. And then you've got the Grail Knight, Romance Illusions, Seeking the Sacred, and number 6, Gorgeousness. And then you have Archangel Raphael. I invite Archangel Raphael to bring healing and knowledge into my life. Okay. And then you've got Release, 28. I release that which does not serve my higher purpose with gratitude and love. All right. So let me really click in. You've got angelic energy, definitely, but there's more than that going on for your messages. Okay, so there's ancestor messages here. It was way back. Ancestral messages. You've got angelic energy coming in too. Okay. And yeah, there's a matriarchal ancestor energy coming in. There's like grandmother, great-grandmother, excuse me, coming in. Fearlessness, like really sweetheart, but you know, don't mess with them kind of energy. Real matriarchal, kind of tough, but like sweet. Angelic messages, but there's a third energy too. There's a third energy. Sounds a little strange, but there's pet energy coming in for some of you too who have lost a pet. Coming in, the energy of this person would have been a person to you. This energy of sort of a familiar type, you know, somebody that was your familiar. I know that's sort of a saying in witchcraft, but a pet that you were very, very, very close to. That energy is in and around them. That safety is in and around them. When they were in your life, you saw them as family. You saw them as safety. They remind, you know, they meant home to you. So they're in and around this energy too, just letting you know that they're around. Very, very sweet. For some of you, it's it's animals that have just recently, for the most part, and of course we can't tell time because it's a little bit different how we work here, but relatively close. Like the grief is still there. They just want to let you know that they're in and around you. So that's a sweet message. But yeah, we've got some fierce ancestor energy here. We've got some warrior ancestor energy, but it's more matriarchal line. We've got some real talk coming up too. So, and these, some of, this person that's reaching out to you in the matriarchal line, they probably would have been very, very strict, sort of religious too. Very open, but very, very strong faith. So the angelic energy is coming through them. And again, it's sort of it's on the matriarchal, so it's on the mother side of the family. Again, fierce energy coming in. But they're in and around you, and they have the pet with them too. So not all of you will have the pet energy, but for some of you, for some of the energy, for some of the messages, it's right there. So the main message I'm getting for you, right? And it's just a little bit of real talk, pal, too. So hopefully you won't be triggered by it. There's a few different things going on. What they want you to know is they want you to release what you think this is all going to look like. You're holding on to an energy of what you think is going to look like, the future is going to look like, and it's messing you up a little bit, right? It's keeping you closed into this idea of how it's all going to play out. Now, you've been working on this, and they're saluting you for that. You've been working on this and you've been better at this. So you're getting into this understanding of the alignment versus control, and you've really been working on that. But you're over focusing on how things are going to work out, and they want you to let it all go. They want you to release everything. Now, they understand with your past, with everything that you needed to do, growing up ultra independent, X, Y, and Z, that can be a little bit difficult. And all of the work that you've done to get to this point, they're absolutely acknowledging, and they're really absolutely proud of you without a shadow of a doubt. But they want to let you know that they're taking care of things. They're taking care of things. Now, that's not to say that, you're not going to listen to your intuition or take aligned action or anything like that. There's action that you're taking, but they also just want you to stay in that aligned action and know that everything else is falling into place. But there's no way that you're going to be able to perceive how this all comes. So they don't want you to be attached to any outcome whatsoever. And this can be a little bit difficult for some of you, which is why this message is coming through. Don't even worry about it. Don't worry about it whatsoever. They want you to know that your success is guaranteed. And they want you to move from a sense of knowing to a sense of believing, right? A sense of believing to a sense of knowing. You're moving into a sense of believing that you can have this, believing that you deserve it, and they want to help you to secure that believing. You've got it. Now, when you believe that you've got it, you can let it go and you can release it. And this means that everything comes in really quickly. Now, there is an essence of this in Pile 1, but very different energy. So they say that, you have this sort of different energy to your personality, that sometimes you hold back when you should speak up. And sometimes you go full throttle when you need to back off, right? And just let things be how they are. And learning how to have that balance is something that you're doing. And again, they want to commend you for everything that you've been doing to move into this energy. Because you've had some ups and downs, and you've had to figure a lot of this stuff out on your own. And they've been with you, but because you've been working on the bloodline stuff, you may not have really had them around you or felt them around you or even reached out for them, because these are ancestors from way, way back, right? These are way, way back. This is the energy of your matriarchal line, and there's some fierceness in there, right? And now that the bloodline has been cleansed, they can come forward and they can offer you this help. They wouldn't have been able to do that before. So, this you have in common with Pile 1. A lot of stuff is happening backstage, off stage. And you could not even fathom the beauty that's going on backstage. You can't. Even though you've got an incredible imagination, Paul, too. We don't want to take that away from you, but you still will not figure this out, how this is all going to play out. You're not going to. And a lot of you are creative and you're writers and you're sitting there going, oh, I think I can. I've got this crazy imagination, but trust us, you won't be able to do it. So you've got incredible energy around you, and very, very, and it's not just ancestors. You do have this angelic. So the angels are coming in very fiercely from your matriarchal line because there was a strong belief system there. But you've got angelic presence, and also Archangel Metatron is coming in too. This updating of energy, this updating of your DNA encoding, so you can really click into this new timeline coming in. And it's right there for you. So it's, yeah, let everything else fall away and how you think things are going to be. Again, you've got this in common with Pile 1, but again, very different energy. You are assured success. Everything you've done has brought you to this moment to bring you success. But the way in which you manage your energy sometimes blocks the success from coming in. Or what happens is they're really trying to give you the success, but it trickles in a way that just annoys you a little bit. And as it's trickling, you tend to not keep up the energy, and then you block it even more. And then they're like, oh my goodness. So there's a little bit of frustration on their side. There's a little bit of like, a little bit of real talk. We want you to do this. And they're happy to be able to come in and let you know that with all the hard work that you've done and everything that you are and stand for, there's absolutely nothing. The only thing that's standing in the way from what you want, and actually even more than what you want, is you. So it's not that you're blocking necessarily, it's just that you're overthinking the process, which is leading to a little bit of a block here and there. And honestly, just on the most basic of levels, is making this just a little bit more difficult to deliver to you than it needs to be. So the work has been done on your side. That's been very, very clear. They're trying to do their work and you're trying to do their work for them, right? And they're just trying to do their work. It's like, you know, to be honest with you, there's a little micromanaging going on, and they don't like to be micromanaged. They don't need to be. They're fierce and they can bring you this. Also, they have an immense amount of power from where they stand. They may not be actively in your life, they may not be around you, but the energy is in and around you. They have a lot more say, they have a lot more pull. They can do, they can make things happen for you if you let them. So under the Deer, you have fierce serenity, and you have gratitude again, and then you have trust the divine plan, which is them, and live life to the fullest. Absolutely. They want you to trust in the divine plan so they can give you everything that you want. And you're here to really have the success in this lifetime. You really are. And that success, again, is going to look different for each and every one of you. But you're here to have success. Now, you don't need to go for the success. Go for what it is that you know, what makes you happy. The success can come in as a secondary measure. But it will be coming in. You will be looked after. Your needs will be looked after, as they are now. But they're gonna be really looked after. You're going to have exactly what you want, right? You're going to have that beautiful cushion. So come back to you. Come back to the peace that you have. Come back to the releasing and let them do their job, and be grateful that you have these absolutely incredible energies coming in and around you. Now, for that are already around you, but are doing the work for you. Now, for some of you, it could feel like, you know, this is tough for me to kind of let this go. This, you know, I'm used to things, you know, taking a while. I'm used to a lot of action. I'm used to, you know, working really hard for what I want. And we're not asking you not to work for it. It's taking divine action is very different to like sitting there and doing nothing. That's not what we're saying. But at the same time, we want you to understand and really integrate this and see if you can, Pile 2, and make it your mantra. Everything comes to me really easily. Right? You're overcomplicating things. Everything can come to you so much easier if you let up and release. Everything you've done to date has planted all these seeds, and they're already out there. So it's not like, you know, all of a sudden you're sitting there and you're going, I want this, this, and this, and it's coming out of nowhere. How is it going to come? You've been working on this stuff. Whatever it is that you're waiting to come to fruition, you've been working on one way or another. You have. So, you know, if it does come up tomorrow, you can sit there and go, yeah, I worked for this. I know. So let it come in. Let it come in a lot easier than you think it can. Make your life easier. It can be that simple. It really can be that simple. And it's important that you know that it can be that simple. So hand over the reins to this powerful posse that you've got going on here, which is absolutely incredible, right? And they might be reaching out to you in other ways. Some of you for dreams, or even, you know, songs for some of you. You could have been seeing 333. Archangel Metatron comes in with 111 or 1111. That's definitely a specific angel that's been working with you for the encoding, upcoding, you know, activation of the DNA. working with you in this divine timing element. This is your time, though. There's no two ways about it. This is your time. Click into that energy of feeling who you are when you have all of this, whatever it is that you want in and around you. Stay in that feeling, and then it's just, you're just going to move into that timeline. So what have we got here? We've got the Four of Cups reversed. We've got the Four of Swords, interesting. You've got the Two of Wands, and you've got the Prince of Discs. So you have this energy in and around you where you do trust yourself to a certain extent, but then the frustration comes in. So you do have something very much in common with Pile 1. You might want to go and check it out. Always listen to your intuition. And then there's an aspect of you that always wonders if you've done enough work. You can never feel more prepared. You know, maybe I need to be more prepared. I need to be more prepared. And that's sometimes why you overthink things, because you always think that, you know, there's more work to be done. There's more work to be done. And you have this essence to you where you're always shifting and changing. You're always researching and figuring things out. And, you know, you have this flow to you. You flow to this energy, the flow to your soul, which is really beautiful. And you don't like to get stagnant in how you think, you know, and you really admire when somebody comes and you have this conversation like, you know, I'm going to change my mind about this. You're really able to do that. If something makes sense to you, you're able to shift and change. You've got that flexibility. So you haven't always had it in certain ways. Sometimes you've had it to protect your own versions of things because people just didn't allow you to have your own opinion. But deep down, that's how you always were. So you have this like flexibility to you, which is absolutely beautiful. But it's a matter of trusting that all of this is going to happen, and you know, and not really worrying about how it will happen, and also just knowing that you absolutely deserve this happening. So once you come into this essence of belief, you know it will happen, you know you deserve it. So for some of you, it's about coming back to the deserving and really working with that. And that's your real talk too. Everything that you've done to balance everything out, everything that you've done to get you to this point has been part of your blueprint. You've done everything that you can. You've done your best. You absolutely deserve what it is that you've asked for. Now, what it is that you've asked for, Pile 2, could be huge. And based on the situation that you grew up in and what you've been through, it may seem like an enormous jump from that to whatever it is that you want, but it absolutely is possible for you. And you've been preparing for this with your talent and everything that you're doing many past lives before this. This is not your first rodeo doing whatever it is that you're doing here in this lifetime that you could be known for. So trust that, absolutely trust it without a shadow of a doubt, and put that energy down and say, this is my energy. I trust it. I know it's going to happen, and walk away from it. And no matter what, keep that energy up. I trust it's going to happen. I don't know how it's going to happen, but I trust that it will. Because if it's been in your mind that it will happen, it will come to fruition in this lifetime. It absolutely will, because there's a reason why that needs to take place. It's because it's in your DNA and it's in your blueprint, and it knows that it's been activated. This knowledge that you're going to achieve whatever it is, you're going to do whatever you do, is going to be activated, and it's going to be fine. You're going to be able to do this. You're going to be able to move in to this version of yourself without a shadow of a doubt. That's going to be whatever it is that you're going to be. And honestly, in many ways that, you know, trying this on, you may not even be able to, I want to make sure that this is the right way up. Yeah. You may not be able to accurately sort of ascertain what that's going to look like, but that's fine. That's absolutely fine. Again, you've got this incredible group working for you. You've got this incredible warrior energy, and your ancestors can help you through this, like tangibly too. I mean, they're working on the sidelines for you. They're doing a lot of work, and the success, whatever it is that you need, the right people coming in to help you. That's part of it too, because you're trying to figure out how you're going to do this all on your own. You're not supposed to do this all on your own. This is about them bringing in soul family. This is about them bringing in the right connections to move you up. So of course, you know, if you take it upon yourself to try and see how you're going to do it all, it's going to seem crazy. It's going to seem like it's outside of the realms of possibility, but that's not how you need to see it. Stay in the realms of possibility, stay in the realms of belief, and walk away from it again. You've got this. So the Hangman and the Princess of Wands. So this is your time to move forward. This is a divine timing moment. And this is absolutely the time to click into your belief that you have the right passion, you have the right power. For some of you, there's a little bit of a disconnect where you're wondering if the way in which you articulate yourself, you're wondering if the message, whatever it is that you have, is the right message for the world, or whether it's going to be heard clearly, or whether you have the right information, or whether you're the person to bring the information, right? Do you have something new to say? You're sort of, for some of you, there's a little bit of a doubt in your power. There's a doubt in that you're the one that's supposed to bring this information here. We absolutely promise you, you have the right energy, you have the right quirkiness, you have the right passion, you have the right articulation. Honor the way in which you do things, and stop comparing yourself to the way other people deliver their messages. It's going to be completely different, right? It's going to be completely different. You could really stop a lot of this suffering by stop looking at other people and the way in which they are out in the world. The way in which you work and the way in which you will work is going to be completely different. And people are going to be attracted to the way in which you put yourself out there. So don't worry about how other people do it. If you think they're more together, or they seem more collected on screen, or this, that, and the other. People are going to be attracted to who you are and your energy. And if you trip up on your words or whatever, who cares? It doesn't matter. So it's a matter of honoring your energy and the way that you deliver your message and the package that you are, your uniqueness in this world. That is so important. And once you really honor that, then you can click into this understanding of believing that you're going to get what you want, and then back up and let your ancestors do the work. They've got angels involved. You've got Archangel Metatron. They're doing all this work. Let them do it, and let them come in and give you whatever it is that you without a shadow of a doubt have been working for, right? It's just a matter of giving up a little bit of that control. Stay in that aligned action though. Stay in that understanding here of living life to the fullest and trusting the divine plan. And by the way, this divine plan that you're trusting is a plan that you designed for yourself before you even came here. So it's just trusting yourself, trusting your own plan, trusting that other people are helping you do this. And people that you asked to help you before you even came down here, and they agreed to it, and they're doing it. They're like, you've asked me to do this. Let me do it. So this is your absolute time to be able to do this. This is amazing energy, but this is divine timing. You're ready to move forward. So this can happen in an instant. It's all about you keeping your energy to the fullest and putting yourself out there, again, with aligned energy. But release, 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 and let your ancestors do their work. So this is the message we have for you, Pal 2. Beautiful, beautiful. Sending you so much love and truth to you for exactly who you are and where you are in the world. If you liked this reading and you would like a little bit more magic in your life, then feel free to hit that like button and come and subscribe to Unicorn Light Tarot if you have not already. We would love to have you. Until we meet again, you stay your beautiful self and go be you. Take care, Pal 2. Bye-bye. Okay, beautiful Pal 3 with your 444. This is your surprise reading. Who wants to give you a message? What is that message? It could be anybody. We don't know. We will find out. Let's go ahead and get you a little bit more room. Get right into the message or messages. So we have a few different oracle decks in here. As you can see, there's a lot of cards. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to shuffle, and this is what I did for Pal 1 and 2. I'm going to go ahead and spread them out and then close my eyes in a very awkward manner and choose 4 cards for you with my eyes closed, so I'm not in any way. I don't see any of these cards. I don't know what they are. Now I might choose them off camera for now, but bear with us. There is a plan, even though it looks like there isn't. Now I really hope I don't knock over the candle and set fire to this reading. All right, here we go. Good. Candle still lit and upright. Always a good sign. So here are your first cards. Well, you've got wealth. Pile 3. That's pretty amazing, right? 34. And you've got 35, that's gorgeousness. First chakra, Archangel Michael, gorgeousness here. And then you've got the High Priestess, look at you. Loving that. Discernment. And then you've got vision, prophecy, and prescience, number 2 coming in there. And you've got Cat, independence, healthy, and boundaries. Loving this energy. So there's a couple different things coming in. And of course, as always, where, there's usually crossovers between pile 1, 2, and 3. So the energy is abundance. The energy, the main crux of messages that are coming in is how to gain this abundance, how to pull in this abundance into your life. So pile 3, you are no different to pile 2. This is all about concentrating on you getting that wealth, right? One way or another, whatever wealth means to you. So, but also in a tangible form of money too, and success. So you've got a few different energies coming in. You do have angelic energies, and you do have Archangel Michael coming in, working with the first chakra, but working with sort of safety issues and working with this understanding of building that firm foundation for you from where you can move in any direction. So there's a lot of articulating yourself in a particular way, having faith in your energy, having faith in yourself, having faith in the way that you're moving in the world, having faith in your actions, trusting yourself to a new degree. You've been working with that safety issue. You've been working with trusting yourself, but this is brand new. This is like really amping it up, right? So you've got that angelic energy coming in, and you also have sort of Celtic energy. You have sort of Lady of the Lake energy. You have Miss of Avalon energy. You've got Bard energy of creativity and sort of the language of Shakespeare and writing. So some of you may be writers. You also have sort of fierce, I don't want to say witchcraft energy. These are sort of, I call them nature honorers. But this is the legacy of some of your ancestors coming in. I think the ancestors came in maybe in all of them. So there's something about the ancestors coming up and really supporting right now. But these are, again, matriarchal line coming up for the most part. But there's others coming in too. There's father figures coming in. There's energy of fierceness coming in. But it's about owning your talents and trusting in your talents and trusting that you've had many, many different lifetimes to come into and really work with these talents. So when you came into this lifetime, you were already very good at what you did. It's just a matter of how you would make it work in this lifetime. So if any of you are having any doubts, forget it. And it's all about embracing your lifestyle. There's something for some of you about really getting very clear about the lifestyle that you want. And it's a day-to-day lifestyle. It's not like, I want white walls and I want this kind of house. That's wonderful. That you're pretty clear on one way or another, even if you shift and change and there's an amalgam of different things that you want. When you see it, you're like, that's it. I know that's it. So it's not a tangible thing, really. It's not like what a house looks like or what your tastes are per se. This is more about really honing in on how you live your day-to-day life, what kind of energy you give to your surrounding circumstances, and being really present in that. I'm just starting a podcast and we just did this today. We talked about that. There was an essence of that came in. So it's funny that it's coming in this particular energy. So, and it's all about sort of your home surroundings and how you take that surroundings out with you and take that safety with you, right? And really understanding who you are. So this is about sort of honoring and owning different aspects of your personality and putting them back together. Now, this could be bringing in fragments of self. They weren't lost. They were just put somewhere so they could be protected, bringing it back and completely integrating it in a brand new way that solidifies a new aspect of your personality that can come up and out. And this sort of aspect of your personality might be a little bit shocking for you because, in the right circumstances, when you're feeling secure and you're feeling safe, you've had a couple glasses of wine or whatever, maybe too much coffee, you'll be really quirky and you'll be really fun, but you don't show that aspect of yourself in every single circumstance. This is about you bringing in every aspect of your personality and shining it no matter where you are, regardless of how it's going to be taken. It's about putting your energy first. So your messages are from your angels, from your ancestors, but it's also from the sort of this line of the divine feminine, and standing in that energy of the divine feminine, in the receptive magnetic energy, but also in this fierce, this is who I am, take me as I am, and if you don't like me, F off. And it's this beautiful understanding that no matter what, you are going to be protected in that. And again, really honoring and owning certain aspects of your personality that are, again, were not lost, but are coming back and really integrating in a way that's going to put you forward and out into the world in a new way. And to not be sort of, to back off from it. Yeah. The spark of the hustle. I love that. The spark is you, right? You've got this spark, letting that spark come back in. And like, let everybody else hustle around that spark, which is you. So this is about, and this is not, we're just saying this to be clear, but we're pretty sure you get this. It's got nothing to do with the ego, right? It's got nothing to do with the ego, but this is about putting your energy first. Again, you're the spark, you're the candle, you're the flame. Everybody else is in and around you. Now, if people are circling you, they're interested in what you have to say and who you are. And if people aren't, they're just not going to be there. However, and this is really important, pile 3, even if they're not in and around you and they don't want to be in and around you, they are not able to snuff your light out, right? So you are still that candle, you are still that light, and people are hovering in and around you, trying to see who you are and trying to find out who you are. But in the past, you believed that if people were not aligned with who you were, they could snuff out your light, they could snuff out your articulation, they could, dumb you down a little bit. That can't happen. The difference is now is that if they don't like you, they're just going to move away from the light. And that's the really important thing that they want you to get. They want you to get that warrior aspect back. You have it at certain points. And when people push your buttons, sometimes that warrior aspect comes out. I mean, you are not to be trifled with. I don't know if that's a saying in America, because trifle is kind of a strange dessert in England. So I don't even know where that saying came from. But you are not to be trifled with in any way, shape, or form. But you don't want to get to that point where you are triggered in that way to have to defend yourself. And there's an element of you that's still a little bit in that defensive mode. Now that you're feeling this power come front and center, you want to protect it. You're wondering if you can protect it. You're wondering if that flame's going to go out. They're letting you, the message is no, it's not. They're just going to move away from that flame. Keep shining bright. And then you've got that lead your metamorphosis. So you've got this beautiful metamorphosis coming in, and it's really honing in on your first chakra and repairing some of that stuff where you felt as though you need to dumb yourself down either to fit in, or just not that you wanted to fit in, you just wanted to be left alone, whatever it is that you needed to do just to kind of be left alone. And now it's like, no, I want to make a ruckus. When I walk into a room, I want people to see me. I want that. And it's not that you want the attention. You don't. You automatically have that attention when you walk into a room, whereas before you did so many protection things to make sure that people didn't notice you. Now you're like, no, I know they do. I'm just going to let it happen, right? And again, if people don't agree with who I am, that's fine. They can go somewhere else. I honor that. When I don't like somebody, I move away too. I don't try to snuff out their light. But there's a lot of people in this lifetime. There's a lot of people. Earth is a free will zone, where they project, and if they don't like you, they will try and mess with your power. And you've had that before, and they were successfully able to do that in certain ways. But that's not because they had any power over you. It's because you let them have that power, because you automatically, because there's an aspect of your personality that's actually quite sweet and will sort of succumb to that energy because of, conditioning from your past. And now if somebody's uncomfortable with you, you're not going to tone yourself down because of it. You're just not. And there's no reason to do that. So you've got make necessary sacrifices and focus on success. So let's see what that makes necessary sacrifices is. That's what you've done in the past. And now you're focusing on success. Tune out distractions. Absolutely. Focusing on your success and focusing on who you are, and keep your commitments. Okay. So I was trying to get that, because I'm like, I don't really, make necessary sacrifices. That wasn't coming up for you. That wasn't hitting home with me at all for you. Far from it. But I get it. Make necessary sacrifices comes into keep your commitments, keep your word to yourself, to whatever it is that you need to do, right? And that's the sacrifice, making that necessary sacrifice. You need to learn to trust yourself again. You need to learn to trust your voice. If you say you're going to do something, do it. Now, if you're doing it for the sake of doing it, that defeats the purpose. But if there's an end result to it, keep doing it and expect those results at the end. It will come in the way, and this happened in pile 1 and a little bit in pile 2. The results might come in and look a little bit different than you thought they would, but they will be coming in. So stay with it. Absolutely stay with it. But make those sacrifices, even if you're like, oh, I said I was going to do this, but I'm really, really tired. Get up, have a workout, then do it. Trust yourself. Come into that. It's all about bringing in this really, really profound inner knowledge of trusting yourself, trusting your worth, and trusting who you are, tuning out all the other distractions of how other people may see you or whatever. It doesn't matter how other people perceive you. It's only how it matters, how you perceive yourself. And this is how you're going to make it tangible. Focus on your success and it comes right in. Because there's a lot of people that are working for you to move you forward in this lifetime. So yeah, you've got this fierce understanding of your matriarchal line. And honestly, it just, in my heart chakra, I just got a little twinge of like, oh, they chose you in this lifetime because they knew you had the right level of fierceness, right? And they knew that when you clicked into it, you had everything that they wanted to be able to move forward with. You have all of these gifts and all of this beauty, and you've been chosen to be in this lifetime to represent every single one of them. And you're here to do it. So there's nothing you can do to mess this up. I mean, you could walk away from it. That's going to mess it up, but you're not going to do it. This is your time to sort of step forward. And they're really, really proud of you, but they're rallying around and saying, get it, do it, concentrate on yourself. Get it together. Tune out all those other heads. Who cares? Who cares? Who's going to say anything about you? It's impossible in this lifetime. It's impossible to get through this lifetime without people projecting upon you or people commenting or whatever, or judging you one way or another. 99.9 of those times, people have no right to judge you. They don't know what they're talking about. They don't know what they're saying. They have no knowledge of you whatsoever. It's pure projection. And that one time it's 1% and there's an element of truth in it, you'll figure out that 1% and you will act accordingly and figure out that 1% situation, right? But generally, 9 times out of 10, it's not going to be that. People are just talking, verbal diarrhea. Let them talk. It's got nothing to do with you whatsoever. What is that famous thing? Other people's opinions of me are none of my business, right? So if people are going to do that anyway, and it's a given, you might as well be 150% yourself, because at least you're showing up authentically, right? And you're going to get it anyway. At least you're showing up authentically and you're saying, this is who I am. If you don't like me, F it, rather than dumbing yourself down and you get this energy anyway. So this is your time to really understand that criticism is very often coming from projection and whatever, and usually coming from people who have nothing to do. They're not going to pay your rent. They're not doing this. They got nothing to do with what you do. They have no idea of any of it. They're just talking for the hell of talking, right? And some of it's out of jealousy, some of it doesn't matter. It shouldn't make any difference to you. You show up in your authenticity anyway, right? So you've got the 5 of Wands, and you've got the 2 of Cups reversed. You've got the High Priestess reversed, and you've got the King of Wands. So yeah, it's about coming back into your power and coming back into that beautiful understanding of Christ consciousness, having compassion for yourself, that beautiful divine feminine and divine masculine energy coming in, which doesn't need to be 50-50, but coming in, knowing when to step in, always stepping into your power, knowing when to say something, knowing when not to, but also standing in that power that's yours, completely, totally yours. So you come into that Ace of Cups energy, right? Owning your emotionality, owning everything that you've been through, and owning your power. Some of you are really afraid of criticism, so you've stayed away. You've stayed away from stepping into the limelight, and you were born to be in it, right? But it really doesn't matter, because the people who are commenting on it are trying to hold on to a system that's already crumbling. And honestly, nobody cares what they think anyway, right? The people who care about you and care about what you do, you concentrate on that. So stand in your energy, and all of this wisdom that you've come in with, you've come in from many, many different past lives. Again, this is not your first rodeo. And again, you're an old soul. And you're not here to fight with anybody. You're not here to prove to anybody who you are. We did this, I think it was in pile 2 about, or maybe it was, all of these are sort of melding into one, right? And a lot of people have said recently that they watch pile 1, 2, and 3 and just let all the energy go through. And actually it is, even though you choose different piles, they really do have a story and they do have an arc, and they all are interconnected. So that's an excellent way of doing it. But you're here to be seen, but you're here to be seen for you. You're here to show people who you are, but you're also here to see yourself, right? And not worry about any of this criticism, and shine your own worth. And in that authenticity, you give other people permission to do that too. And that's what we're here to do. They're absolutely here to do. And in that way, you're going to be somewhat of a pioneer in doing that, because a lot of people don't really show who they are. And a lot of people don't really get out there because they are a little bit afraid. And, they do pull themselves back to the heights that they could really reach in this lifetime, because there is fear of repercussion of this, that, and the other. And now we have like silly cancel culture and things like that, and it's been taken too far or whatever. And there's even more fear about it. But you don't need to worry about any of that. All of that's falling away. All of it's going to click into what it is that it's supposed to be. Everything's sort of up and down right now. You don't need to worry about any of that. Concentrate on your power and honing in on your power, and believing in your power and who you are, and believing in your worth. Again, the way in which you approach things is really beautiful, because you are working from your higher self. You're here to be part of and ascend into this new world and help other people do that and stand in their authenticity. So there's nothing about what you stand for, and there's nothing about the beauty of who you are that's in any way corrupt. So you don't need to worry about any of it. Moving out of all of this energy from your past, all of this dense energy, all of this negative energy that's kept you down a little bit, and has said you're either not good enough, or what if your work's taken the wrong way, or something happens, or you're so obsessed with being like such a good person, right, that it's messing you up a little bit. There's a mysterious aspect to you. There's a darkness to you too. There's a darkness to everybody. If people actually work with their darkness a little bit more, they wouldn't be, assholey, right? They wouldn't be projecting as much as they do on the external. They would be responsible for their own energy. You've claimed your darkness. You know all of that. Let go of this idea that, everything needs to be right. Everything needs to be just beautiful. Everything needs to be correct. And everything needs to be in the light, and everything needs to be good, right? That's you. You're an amalgam of all these different energies, and everything that you do is going to be taken a different way by everybody. Everybody has their own reality. They're going to see things any way that they want to. Just trust that the energy that created all of this work and everything that you're about to do and put out and integrate into the world comes from the highest self, comes from, not from the ego, but from wanting humanity to move forward and evolve, right? That's all you need to worry about. And it was all created from love, from understanding, from this immense wisdom of articulation, and the rest of it, however it falls, don't worry about it. So stand in your own energy, create that passion for yourself. Again, really, really work on the day-to-day, trusting yourself and moving forward and focusing on that success, and let your ancestors help you do this, because there's this fierce warriorship in there, and they are supporting you wanting to be authentic exactly how you are, and showing every part of you, the vulnerable part, the dark part, the mysterious part, the part that people are not really going to understand, right? That's the part that you've hidden sometimes because people think you're bad or evil or this, that, and fuck them. Who cares? That's them projecting. That's them not having done the work themselves and figure out what darkness is in them. They're afraid of your power, so they're projecting upon you. Again, it doesn't matter anybody else's opinion, but the right people are there. The right people who will be able able to see you and see you for who you are and support you for exactly who you are. That's who you concentrate on, and that's where your energy lies. So all of this is coming in. This energy is coming in for you. You've got the Six of Cups. Yeah, all of this energy is coming in from also your childhood and feeling safe, and bringing up all of those energies again, so you can solidify your authenticity and bring back some of those elements that you had, that freedom when you were kids, saying this, doing that, dancing here, being a little bit crazy. You know, even if people don't, not everybody gets you, that's fine. You know, not everybody, you're not here to be gotten by everybody, and you're not here to prove yourself. So this is you bringing in that energy, really supporting it and making it a foundation in that first chakra, and pulling that first chakra down into Mother Gaia, into the earth, so you can have this really firm platform, and so you can move in any direction. As we say on this channel, living spherically, moving in any direction that you want, this magical life, but also, you know, with intention at the same time. So those are the messages that we have for you, Pile 3. Absolutely amazing. Go be you. We are sending you so much love and support for exactly who you are and where you are in the world. If you have not subscribed already, why not? Just kidding. But if you do feel as though you want to be part of the Unicorn Light Tarot energy, do feel free to subscribe. We would love to have you, and hit that bell notification too, so you never miss a video, because readings, there's like 3 a week. You know, you don't want to miss out on any of those. So go ahead and do that if you haven't already, if you feel as though that's what you want. Either way, we are sending you so much love. Until we meet again, take care, Pile 3. Bye-bye.